Hello everyone, welcome back to this wonderful channel of ours. I don't feel like I'm just doing my own thing here and presenting it to you all. I feel like people contribute so much to this channel. They give me so much love and positivity. I feel like one day everyone's gonna have a YouTube channel where we're all just diarizing our feelings and putting it out there. But anyway, welcome back. Thank you so much for sticking through with me. I'm so excited. It's been a very challenging couple of days for my family and I. Just a lot of bad news and a lot of things not going the way we planned. And I'm not gonna cry. Yeah, it's been hard. But these are the times where we need to buckle up, show our faith in God, and use all the tools we've been given, like by the word and church family, just to stay strong. And even though it sucks, like we admit that it sucks, but we know at the end of the day our lives are in God's hands. So pray for a gal. It doesn't change my mind about who God is and the great life he has already given me, but the one he has in store for me. So let's get into this video. Yeah. I thought, and I looked at my stats, because YouTube gives you stats about the people that watch your videos, whether they're male or female, their nationalities or where they're from, and their age. And so I realized a lot of young people watch this video, all the videos on my channel. Like, I get a lot of support from my age mates. I feel so old saying that. I think the most feedback and love I get is, or comes a lot more from the youngins, the ones in varsity. And that's actually ridiculous because I have a passion for that age group. Those are the people I connect with more. And actually having transitioned from being a student leader to like a young adult leader, girl, I really prefer leading students. Like, adults are just too much. You can't really tell them what to do. You can strongly suggest, but at the end of the day, they don't want to, they don't want to. And with students, it's always like a rally. Like, yeah, we're going to do this. We're going to do this for God. We're going to go there. We're going to wake up. We're going to go work. We're going to go do that, volunteer. It's just so much easier, man. So I'm thinking this is like between the ages of, I mean, it could be younger than 20, but I'll say 20 to like 25. And so the question, I must say, coming from the females, a lot that I get is, how did I know my hubby was the one when we met, or when I decided to marry him, or whatever? And I cringe a lot watching videos like this from other YouTubers on YouTube, because it's just like, oh, it's so outdated, it's so boring. Like, can we make new content? Can we talk about something else? If there's 100 million videos on how I knew he was the one. And I was like, this is not going to be one of the stuff I do at all. But having to come into this space of YouTube, I realized your viewers' opinions matter a lot. Yeah, so I'm gonna shoot the video that I was cringing to shoot today. Cool. It was varsity days. I think this was 2014, and I had passed my matric not so well, so I did something called a bridging course that the University of Free State had. Don't know if it still does have it. So it basically gives you the chance to get better marks for you to be taken for whatever course you are actually trying to get into. So it's a bridging course, and I did my bridging course in Kimberley for a year, and then I came to Bloemfontein, the main campus, and continued there. So this is now, I guess, the second year of university, and I had started attending CRC in Kimberley, but now was in Bloemfontein because I had made the move. So I was serving in kids' church in Kimberley, believe it or not, and I was happy there. But when I got to Bloemfontein, and I think for a month or two I didn't serve, I was just like, I'm not gonna go serve. So I don't know, for some reason I just went to ushering. Like, I didn't go to kids' church because the natural thing is for you to go back to where you were, and I didn't go to kids' church. Guys, how pretty is this hair? I've never done this hair color. in ushering you train, like I'm sure you've seen in my Sunday vlog, you train for 8 weeks in all black. The girls that were in all black, they are the trainees. So I was a trainee at the time, and on that specific Sunday I was placed at a door doing door greeting. That's the duty, and you greet everyone that walks into the door. So this gentleman in red, the ushers, I don't know if you saw in that video, the vlog, ushers wear red golf shirts, and hostesses, usher girls, wear like that other formal looking red top. So a gentleman in a red golf shirt comes and he stands with me at this door. I look at him and I continue greeting, but you could see he's trying to holler at the girl. Okay, cool, whatever. He greets eventually. I greet him back. I really didn't know him by then. I think there were probably 2 ushers that I knew, because when you start in that ministry, it's a big ministry. It can be very intimidating for a person coming into the ministry, so you try, and especially as a girl, you don't try and familiarize yourself with the guys quickly. It's more the girls. Cool, we do door greeting together that morning, but don't chat much. So when the service starts, I left the door because now church is kind of starting. It's praise and worship, and I went to sit. I sat at the back. Okay, it's praise and worship, I'm there. You know? And I feel a tap on my shoulder and I look, and it's this nigga. And he's like, hey, can you keep my jacket for me? I just need to go to the front quickly. I'm like, cool. Put the jacket there, think nothing of it, continue with praise and worship. Oh, then the boy comes back after church. He left his jacket with me the whole service, and I even also forgot about it. I hung it on my chair, and it was just that. So after service, I'm like, oh my goodness, this guy in his jacket. People are walking out, and as a student, I use the bus to go back home. So the bus is not gonna wait. Okay, that bus would leave, girl. So I'm just like, this nigga needs to get you. So he gets there just in time. I'm like kind of motioning to leave, like, where are you? Gets there, he's like, thank you so much for my jacket. I give it to him, I walk out, I go home. Really, it was a regular Sunday for me, nothing special. The Thursday of that week, I get a WhatsApp. Hi, my name's Khomoto. I wanted to see if I can invite you to my home cell. I think I've explained what home cells are. And I say to him, hi, where did you get my number? He's like, I got it from Vince. Vince is a friend of his whom I think I knew already by then. So anyway, he got the number from Vince. So I'm like, okay, I'm not sure why Vince did that. Later on, I found out he stole it. But okay, let's call up. Anyway, I do have a home cell. Thank you so much though, but I'm good. He's like, oh, okay, great. So I think that's it. That's the end of it. Like, he's shame, child of God trying to evangelize, you know? I guess move on with my life. I think the Sunday, or I don't know, I can't remember when, but like sometime later, the boy starts chatting to me on WhatsApp. Now I can already tell, okay, cool, I know what's up. This is not some evangelism. This is, yeah. I don't completely like tell him to get off my WhatsApp and block him or whatever, but I'm also not entirely giving my all to him. But I'm chatting, I'm interacting. Obviously now when we see each other at church, it's hi, good, whatever, right? Then it got to a point where I think he invited me to street ministry. So street ministry is this ministry that goes out on Friday evenings, and they minister to ladies of the night, prostitutes. Mainly it's for human trafficked girls, to try and rescue them. But I mean, they speak to everyone and all that. So he would ask me what I do on Friday evenings, and I'd be like, no, nothing. I watch movies with my housemates, or I just chill or study. And he's like, okay, cool, can you come? So I started going there, and I fell in love with that ministry. Yeah, that quickly became my whole heart. He'd pick me up every Friday, so that's time spent. And after street ministry, because street ministry would end around 1 a.m, 2 a.m, we would chat or chill. So we'd go to McDonald's. Those are the days. We'd go to McDonald's, get food, sit in the parking lot of McDonald's or in the parking lot of my commune and chat there, sit there like the whole time. Disclaimer, I had just come out of a very, very fresh, hurtful breakup. I think I'll share the story one day. I mean, I have to. It's something really that could help someone. But the Holy Spirit had helped me come out of a relationship that I was in. And it was very fresh. Like, I think it had been a month or two. So I mean, I was still very much attached to this guy, very much in love with this guy, very much still hurt, kind of healing with having been obedient to the Holy Spirit and leaving that relationship. So I really wasn't, I think it contributed to me not being super excited about interacting with this new guy, Homoso, because everything of mine was still just linked to that previous relationship. We start talking a lot more. Like in the mornings, there's the morning messages, afternoon, evening. And yes, of course, as a human girl, you start feeling excited about this new thing that's happening, this new interest that this guy has in you. This boy was romantic. Girl, I want to tell you something. I come from ghetto relationships, okay? Like, one of my boyfriends, not my ex, but one of my boyfriends, it was Valentine's Day, and he gave me a gift from a crumbled gift bag. On the bridge, we were walking somewhere, and he just took it out of his pocket and he just handed it to me. He didn't even say anything. He didn't stop me. It was just like oh yeah, Ina, by the way. And so this man is, girl, buying me flowers. I'm not a flower girl, by the way. Buying me flowers. Feeding me? Excuse me? You're going to feed me? Saves me a seat in church. The church goes, no, that's romantic. Okay. Especially if you're late with the bus and there's a seat waiting for you there in front. 3 months into us kind of doing this thing, like we're not dating, but we both know. So I felt like it was time for me to open up and tell him about my previous relationship, and you know, that I wasn't a virgin, and just how I am completely shattered and healing from that. And he was so open, so welcoming of that, and you know, he kind of opened up about his past a bit, and I felt that was such a pivotal day for us, because it was almost like we're both kind of opening ourselves up to something bigger, but no one had said anything yet. Cool. I think this time it was like holidays. I don't know if it was June or September of 2014. Oh gosh, I might get the dates wrong. 2013 or 14, guys, but I know I was home. And at this point, this boy had bought me a jacket. Let me tell you what, this was my very first KOA jacket. I think you noticed I didn't have warm jackets. And my husband is a very, like, problem-solving gifter. Okay, so he'll not just gonna buy you a random gift. He'll buy you a gift that you know, or he knows you really, really need. And that just makes it all the more meaningful. So he bought me a KOA jacket. So I go home, and it was cold. I think it was June holidays, I'm not sure. And I'm wearing this jacket, so my mom's like, I want on me. You know? Wait, like, I mean, I give you money, but this jacket probably costs a whole month worth of pocket money. So like, no, it was a gift. So she's like, from who? Like, who's got so much money? I'm like, okay, let's calm down. It's from a boy. My mom lost it, and not in a bad way, in a good way. She's like, okay, tell me more. I remember we were sitting on her bed. I sleep with my mom when I'm home till this day, and it was evening time and we were talking. So she's like, okay, it's okay, I must meet him, because you can't just buy my daughter stuff and gifts. It was during that holiday, because I was home, he asked me to be his girlfriend. And I think I remember my response was, I come from a really, really non-godly relationship. You know this. So I want my next one to be godly. Even if it's not the one, but I want peace, because I had absolutely no peace with the Lord in my previous relationship. Yes, I loved that guy and he loved me, I think, to bits, but I knew it didn't please God, and that alone just gave me no peace whatsoever. So I really don't want to be tormented like that again. So can I pray about it? Let me tell you what, I've never been more flaky in my life. Okay, I was reading a book called Right People, Right Place, Right Plan by Gentis and Franklin. Please read it, and maybe I'll write the details of that in the description box. Like, it is so helpful. It's not a thick book, so if you're not a reader, it's like this thick. It's really doable. I'm not a reader, so you can do it. It's not by coincidence that I was reading that book at that time when he asked me to be his girlfriend. So I was like, look, I'm going to give you an answer. I really just need to know and feel that the Lord supports this. There your girl goes, being corny, flaky, cornflakes. I said, okay, Lord, if this boy is the one, the first Sunday when I go back to Bloom, can he please be in a red shirt? Hey, I'm sorry. Who do I think I am? Who do I think God is? Is he a Popeye? Lo and behold, the boy was not wearing a red shirt. Okay, guys, not the serving shirt. In the evenings, we are obviously not serving, so we're in our casual wear. So that's what I meant. Please. The boy was not in red. And I immediately felt so dumb for even requesting that. And like, I just knew, man, come on, Skay, let's just be more real. You are way up in the clouds. I don't know what the flip you think is gonna happen. You just need to calm down and hear from God. The thing that spoke to me the most, which is one of the things that Pastor Jenterson speaks about in his book, is the peace of God. One of the ways God speaks to you is peace, inner peace. You know, that thing inside of you, that gut feeling that we call the Holy Spirit as Christians. You know in your heart of hearts, deep down, that this is the right thing or this is not the right thing. So that is, for me, the thing that spoke mostly towards this relationship with Khomotso. For him, I know it was spiritual counsel. He would always introduce, I think, his girlfriends or people he was showing interest into his pastor. He was very accountable in that instance. Like, he's a very accountable man. Here's another thing, girls. If he does not submit under strong leadership, red flag. I'm going to try and put a red flag somewhere here or something red. Red flag, don't do it. Get away! Because a man that cannot submit under strong authority, he's obviously a strong man as well, just shows you that he's not accountable to anyone. He can do as he pleases. He hears from no one. He gets no counsel from anyone. So in his head, he's the most correct person. Not gonna work, my angel. It's not gonna work for you. Also, when he's being an ass, you just can't go. You can't run to anyone to tell who's gonna talk to him. For him, it was spiritual counsel or wise counsel, which is also one of the ways God speaks to you. And then for me, it was inner peace. Like, I just knew it, and I had to really try and separate my emotions and my, you know, my brain and my heart from my real spirit saying, this is something you can really venture into. It's good enough. It pleases God. Like, definitely like a list that you should have. I know, I mean, so many people have talked about this, but you definitely should have a non-negotiable list as a child of God in the spouse that you want. And then this goes for both girls and guys. You can't just go in it blindly. And I'm sure there's people who've gone into it blindly. But just secure yourself, safeguard yourself. Have a list that you draw down. Take time if you need to fast. Hear from God, but also what tickles your fancies as just a human being. Because yes, we're children of God, but there's things that we do like. So someone might like someone who really dresses well, and for another Christian girl, it could just be, it doesn't matter as long as it just looks presentable and it's clean, you know. So have your list of non-negotiables. And now the key is non-negotiables, girls. These are things that will really irk you if he doesn't have them. Not things that you can work on, because you're not going to find a perfect gent. I'm telling you this now. And for guys as well, you're not going to find a perfect hun who's got all these things, who's got the big booty, who prays big prayers, and who's super, super smart and knows everything about sports. She doesn't exist, my angel. I want to tell you right now. That if they've got at least 80% of your list and the big things on your list, then it's good enough for you to venture into, to try and put your energies into. I'm not even going to address that he must be a tither, that he must be planted in the church, that he must serve. Come on, girls, we're past that now. That's like entry level, okay? We're not going to talk about that. We're not going to do that, right? All right, let me not dig dirty. I've added a list of a few more non-negotiables that you could look at. Check it out. Do you understand? I need to really be attracted to him, and I know for a fact that I think my husband is really handsome. He's not a pretty boy, but he's a handsome gent, and he's my type. At first I thought I was into skinny guys, and then I met him. I'm really into chubby, dark dudes. So I must be really attracted to him, and then he really needs to be smart, like smarter than me. And my husband is super smart. He is smarter than me by a mile. I always like like he'll talk, like he'll say stuff or tell me something or just comment on a conversation we're having, and I'll just be like, yo, you're so smart. Like, I'm so lost. You are so sexy. Just giving me that fact that I didn't know. We are Bilondo. Oh. On top of the non-discussable ones that he definitely should have, entry level, those are the 3 things that I really looked for. And he had them, and I was like, let's go. So after my flaky era, I contacted him. I was like, look, bro, I'm keen. I want to do this with you. And he's like, I was waiting, girl. I've been waiting. I think I kept him waiting for like a week and a half or so. And cool. So after that, he formally introduced me to his pastor. I mean, after that, guys, it's just a series of dating. Now we're courting. Like, okay, wow. Dating, I think, is a worldly term. Courting is the Christian term of dating. But it's the same thing, I think, with the intention of making something serious out of this. But in the beginning, you're getting to know each other a lot more, and now it's kind of official that I'm with this person. I'm getting to know this person only. Our whole journey was quite short. We dated for I think 5 months. I'm like 9 months, and he proposed to me in that 9th month. And we were engaged for 9 months, and we got married. I was 22, he was 24. And I mean, it's 8 years this year in December. No regrets. It's actually crazy. I would never allow my daughter to get engaged at 22. What do you know at 22? Tell me, I'll wait. Check. Huh? So how the hell did my mother give me away? Guys, it was godly. It was such a godly thing because it's actually just crazy in the natural. My points would be, don't be flaky, spooky about it. Calm down. God has given you a brain. You definitely do, though, need to be, I guess, ready to give away some of your time. If you are newly in the faith, I would strongly suggest you hold off. Maybe like, I don't know, 2-ish years to just be with the Lord only. Know what it is to spend time with him, be sold out to him, have really all your spare time for God only. Because once you do start dating, a portion of that is taken. It's not marriage or anything, but I mean, you're gonna go on dates with this guy, you're gonna go on adventures with this guy, so your time from the Lord is taken away. Your availability for God is taken away. So also just the maturity, because church boys do hurt people as well. They are not completely saints. Church girls as well, but you know, the misconception is if you date someone in the church, you're safe. It's not true. But you being anchored in Christ before anything will safeguard you from the church boys that could possibly hurt you. And so that, I think, is very important. Make sure you are submitted under leadership, so they themselves can assess and tell you, you're ready for this or not really. And I want you to also take that advice from the leadership that you trust, because some leadership in church is really there to control your life, like to cock block you. Like, some people will never approve of your relationships, and I mean, that's wrong. Like, a leader cannot tell you what to do. They can strongly suggest because they've been walking with you. Now you'll know because you trust the leader. The leader is actually there for you, and you trust the word that they say over your life, right? And definitely to always be sensitive to the Spirit. You don't want anything or anyone to be used by the enemy to take you out of the faith, out of your church eventually. And the enemy is there to use the very same church girl, church boy to take you out. He uses people, and relationships for young people are the key things that the enemy uses to take you out of your faith, out of the church. And so I think if you've got those things in place, you can definitely start exploring dating, courting, you know, within that safe space. Don't ask me again how I knew my husband was the one, okay? I just told you. Thank you for watching.